The morning air was crisp and clean as sunlight filtered through the tall windows of Miller's Bakery on Elm Street. Inside, flour danced in the golden beams while the warm scent of fresh bread filled every corner. Thomas Miller stood behind the counter, his apron dusted with flour, watching the steam rise from loaves cooling on wooden racks. Outside, the city was waking up slowly. People hurried past with coffee cups and briefcases, their breath visible in small puffs against the cool air. The bakery had been Thomas's life for 30 years, and he knew every regular customer by name and order. Around the corner, in the narrow alley between two brick buildings, 10-year-old Marcus wrapped his thin jacket tighter around his shoulders. He had been living on the streets with his mother for 3 weeks now, ever since they lost their apartment. His mother was at the shelter, trying to find work, and Marcus had wandered away, drawn by the incredible smell of baking bread. His stomach growled loudly as he pressed his face against the bakery window. Inside, golden loaves lined the shelves like treasure. Croissants glistened with butter, and sweet rolls sparkled with sugar crystals. Marcus had not eaten since yesterday morning, when a kind woman at the park had shared her sandwich. Taking a deep breath, Marcus pushed open the heavy glass door. A small bell chimed softly above his head. Thomas looked up from arranging pastries and saw the small boy standing uncertainly in the doorway. The child's clothes were wrinkled and too large, his dark hair uncombed, and his eyes held a mixture of hope and fear. "Good morning," Thomas said gently, his voice warm and welcoming. "What can I help you with today?" Marcus shuffled his feet on the clean tile floor. His cheeks burned with embarrassment, but hunger gave him courage. "Please, sir," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "Could I have just a small piece of bread? I can work for it. I can sweep or clean windows." Thomas studied the boy's earnest face and saw something that reminded him of his own childhood, when his family had struggled to make ends meet. He remembered the kindness of strangers who had helped them through difficult times. "You know what?" Thomas said, moving around the counter. "I was just thinking I could use some help today. But first, you look hungry. Let me fix that." He walked to the display case and selected a large, crusty roll still warm from the oven. Then he added slices of turkey, fresh lettuce, and tomato, creating a sandwich that looked like a feast to Marcus's eyes. "Here you go," Thomas said, wrapping the sandwich in white paper. "Now, about that work you mentioned." Marcus bit into the sandwich, his eyes closing with pure joy as the flavors filled his mouth. It was the most delicious thing he had ever tasted. Thomas continued, "I've been looking for someone to help me organize the storage room in the back. It's not heavy work, just sorting and stacking. Would you be interested?" For the next 2 hours, Marcus worked alongside Thomas, carefully arranging supplies and learning about the bakery business. Thomas told stories about different types of bread from around the world, and Marcus listened with wide-eyed fascination. As the morning progressed, Thomas noticed Marcus glancing toward the window with worry. "Is someone waiting for you?" he asked kindly. Marcus nodded. "My mom. She's at the shelter looking for work. I should probably go back soon." Thomas was quiet for a moment, then walked to the counter and filled a large bag with fresh bread, rolls, and pastries. "This is for the work you did today," he said. "And Marcus, if you and your mother need a place to stay while she looks for work, I have a small apartment above the bakery. It's not fancy, but it's warm and safe." Marcus stared at the baker, hardly believing what he was hearing. "Really? You would do that for us?" "Sometimes we all need a little help," Thomas replied with a smile. "And I could use an assistant who knows how to work hard and has such good manners." As Marcus walked back to the shelter, the bag of bread clutched in his arms, he felt something he had not experienced in weeks: hope. The kindness of one person had changed everything, showing him that even in the darkest times, there were still people who cared. Behind him, Thomas watched through the bakery window, remembering his own childhood and feeling grateful that he could pass on the kindness that had once been shown to him. Sometimes the most important ingredient in any recipe was simply caring about others.